right, everything's correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
Welcome back. This is just a special revisited as we try to get our mojo back because it's been an ugly ride these last couple episodes.
Well, we got a week off, refresh, recharge,
and then a shot in the arm. This is our booster.
Yeah,
we got our little shots. We were a little woozy from that drench stuff. Time for the booster. So we're talking about Phil. He said some stupid stuff yesterday.
Today?
Today, yeah, sorry. Because if it was yesterday, I could have got it without the chat. So this is from the channel Forbidden Math. He just recorded Phil's screen and then cut it up. So his chat is part of the video. I can't do anything about it. Well, I could do something about it, but I don't think there's going to be a problem if it is. I'll just block it out if I see it. Just so we have no control over that part of the chat. We don't know what they're going to say. Yeah. This is Phil talking about supply chain issues in the U.S.
And he goes talking about places. Oh boy! I heard the tail end of it where he just goes, just like, Phil, no. And also, can I say how much I hate this pre-stream podcast thing?
Really?
Yes, it is dumb. I hate that he calls it that. I hate how he thinks that this is just a complete and total shield of people going, hey, the pre-stream is too long. Now he's like, oh, you can't complain anymore because it's a pre-stream podcast.
Well, it was always a pre-stream podcast,
yes,
to be fair.
But I hate the name. Mm-hmm. I hate it so much.
But if it's a pre-stream podcast, why didn't you put it up on podcast networks like Spotify and stuff and maybe get
That's
a little
too much
bit
work.
more?
He was wondering if he should even put it in a whole separate playlist.
Why would you put it in the same playlist?
He was wondering about that. That had to be a should I sort of thing. It looks dumb. I don't like this. I don't like what is this?
It's clearly, hey, I woke up today and decided to do this type of graphics. He needs to do something. That
red and the blue, those are like, they don't go together really. It's
all
like
he did was pick a brick wall and then just choose the opposite color.
It looks so bad. Hang on, let me see if I can spy that brick wall. Because that looked like a straight. Okay.
What are you doing?
No, that's not red enough.
No. It looks a little cartoony. You know what? It might be one of those you found. Yeah, it might be that, and he just made it a little cartoony.
But yeah, I do not like this. I do not think it looks good. I hate the name. I hate how much.
There's no name. What are you talking about? It's literally what it is.
Yeah, you're right. But it still sucks that he has to call it that, and people and he thinks that it's good. I don't like it. It sucks.
Yep. Let's just get into it.
Oh, before we get to shout outs.
Pause really quickly. Let's now that we got a nice refresher, let's look at the background of how bad it is, because it's pretty bad. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he thinks that this cluttered crap looks. What is he trying to go for with this?
So people were complaining that his background was a little too barren. So he wants to make it look like his room is more lively than it actually is. Because, you see a lot of content creators, they'll have bookcases of books and stuff and all this stuff in the background. Toys and figurines and all this stuff.
But it looks like a granny designed this.
Yes, he did. Have you not seen his phone screen? Have you not seen that blinding sun that is in his hand? In Iron Man's core in his hand? And you're sitting here telling me
precious tritium. Now I can finally finish my phone screen.
It's not enough power. So yeah, Granny did design it. What did you want? It legit. So we looked at it without the chat. It legit looks like the left side or his right side. It looked like he just threw it on there.
It's a jumbled mess if you look at it from far away. It looks like one of those pictures just like, tell me anything in this room. And it's just like half of it. And you're purposefully not supposed to be able to see what it is. It's just, That's a dumb snowman and a reindeer. It looks so put on is the thing.
All of it is. Like, Phil does not care about festivities. He doesn't care about Christmas like that, except the gift giving or gift taking, because he's Phil. And why would he care about stuff like Halloween? He don't go nowhere. He don't do nothing. He probably wants to sit down and watch one of his collection of movies, the horror theme, so it could be like, I'm in the spirit.
Oh, man.
And that's it. Thanksgiving is food, so you know that's his fave. You think he doing something for Valentine's Day?
He's gonna
go out and eat.
No, he's gonna put up some.
Yeah,
but he would have to go out and buy them, and he's not trying to buy anything.
Please, Amazon with that delivery driver. That you know what most likely happened. The driver, it's a whole gated community, so the driver probably just went scan, and then just went through every house. And Phil's just crying.
Because it was like 15, 20 minutes. It wasn't... That whole thing was just like, he stole it, and then they called, and he got in trouble.
I had to walk around in the pouring rain.
I'm soaked, you guys. I'm so soaked. It's like, Phil, come on now. Oh, he's such a drama queen, baby.
Hey, 1 second in.
Before we get to shout-outs, there's one other major thing I would like to talk about on stream today. Yesterday, we were talking about how the Xbox Series S was the best-selling console of the Black Friday weekend. It dominated the sales because...
Oh, this is Phil's cat.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it... We're good.
No, I thought you knew that it was...
Oh, okay, I thought it was for Bitten Math chat. Okay, yeah, we're good.
No, it's off.
They're not saying nothing.
Yeah, and if they are, they're getting autoed. They're out of here.
It dominated the sales because guess what? The Series X and the PlayStation 5 just aren't available. People want them, can't buy them. The Series S, however, was readily available. Lots of stores had them all over their shelves. You just walk in and buy one. There was not even a big line or nothing for it. Just come get it if you want.
Pause.
So
how does Phil know that?
It absolutely happened. So I think it was reported, and that's how he knows.
Okay.
Otherwise,
sometimes he'll exaggerate to such a degree that it's like, come on now.
No, it was legit even before Black Friday, all that stuff. It's the only console that you could just walk in and get one.
because of that, it sold like hotcakes over the weekend. All right? But one of the things about the Series S that I was skeptical about last year was, would it really stand up to the power of the Series X, or was it really a way to basically kind of...
There is categorical differences between the two. All you need to do is look at the information. It has a weaker either CPU or GPU or maybe both, and he doesn't have a disk drive. That's what it is, Phil. It can still run next-gen games, just not as good and not as pretty.
Nah, he wants all them frames. A single frame drop, he's reeing.
For what?
Because it's Phil.
Okay, then get a PC.
Okay, there's two ways to answer this. No, you. Or, yeah, I want one. Give me. Buy it for me. Yeah, because I'm a broke boy.
He didn't even buy his ex. Or he did and just lied about a fan gifted it to him. Either way, disgusting. Phil is undeserving of so much of the stuff he has.
Absolutely. I don't understand what star he was born under to have this unbelievable luck.
He was legit grandfathered in and then just coasted for the rest of his life.
It's crazy how that works.
It's crazy.
But that doesn't explain why people are willing to give him a TV, PlayStations, Xboxes, all this stuff.
I think, and this is just purely my opinion, I think there's a lot of lonely people that feel gratification from the appreciation they get from content creators and giving them things.
Absolutely, but that's momentarily for Phil.
Yeah, but at the same time, for you feel that for a long time, maybe forever. I got Phil that TV he sees every day.
But he'll talk.
He was so appreciative to me.
He'll stop mentioning it 10 minutes later.
Absolutely.
It don't matter if he's like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for this. This helps me so much. And he sees something in the chat that pisses him off. He's gonna rant about that for 3 times the length of him praising you for yours.
Okay, but look at it like somebody going to an autograph signing for somebody they loved forever. for the person that's signing an autograph, it's a minute interaction in a sea of 1,000 people that day. So they're not going to remember that. But for that person, it's a moment that they may remember forever.
I've had those sorts of things, especially with somebody like Monica Rial, where I'm just like, why do you remember me? I'm one person. You're the only Monica Rial here. Of course, I'm gonna remember you, but I'm a one. I don't know if she's just got a huge memory or whatever, but she'll just like bam, 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 bam. A whole lot of people she remembers. But no, I understand that. Yeah. But is it worth it for Phil?
It's not worth it. That's the difference.
Is it worth it to feel it for Phil? Because
it's,
especially after seeing the bankruptcy, the leaks.
Dude,
after seeing disgusting. That stuff, is it worth it to
But did they see that stuff? Do they even care about, or is it just because Phil has tried to manipulate the narrative of saying that they got into my account and they did all types of stuff under my name, so he's trying to plant that seed of doubt.
But you can't both say, yeah, my identity was stolen, but that stuff didn't happen. You can't say that at the same time.
He's not lying. He's not saying it didn't happen. He's planting the seed of doubt that they did it under his name.
My goodness.
That they categorically stole from him by doing this. So all those microtransactions you hear and all those Apple iTunes, that's people in his account doing that.
He's a broke boy. Wouldn't he have noticed that for months?
Phil is not a broke boy.
Phil is categorically not a broke boy.
So if he's missing 600 in a week, to Phil it's just like, it's a bill got paid somewhere. He makes that in 4 streams.
I weep for the people that believe that Phil is going through hard stuff like that.
It's it's hard to feel anything for Phil, but it can be easy to feel something for the people that have been taken in by Phil.
I'll use the phrase "taking advantage."
Yeah. Oh, dude, Phil is taking advantage of these people.
I don't know what kind of charisma he got, but he is reeling these people in, and he is grabbing, and he is never letting go.
I feel like it's very much like people talk about anime and all this stuff, where it's just like, I saw myself in them. I think people see themselves in Phil, person that's bullied, that's down on his luck, that's doing his best, and I can help him with just like $15. I can help him keep his house. I can help him pay his mortgage, pay his bills.
But
I'm helping a guy like me with just $15.
You're throwing money into a
But they don't think it's a hole.
It don't matter. Phil says $1 a day. What? No, it don't matter though.
No, because he's gotten months where he's gotten 10,000. He's gotten streams he's gotten where it's gotten like 2,000, and he's just like, all right, step it up, guys. Next stream. Like, mother, you made 500 this morning. Where is it? Well, that was this morning. Now I need another 150. It's never enough. It's never enough,
and that's my biggest issue of just when will it end?
Never.
You sit there and you give Phil $1,000 today, and then tomorrow he will...
No, later tonight.
Later tonight, he will do the same spiel of cheer sub, not even cheer sub, become a member, super chat, and tip me. Like, it didn't even happen. That's the biggest thing. That's where I would go, dang, man.
What's up?
I guess that just didn't even happen earlier today.
It legit didn't even matter what I just helped him with.
Because if somebody in that chat goes, hey, Phil, homeboy just gave you $1,000. Well, that's going to go to my shower got broken.
So
and
once
my
you
vacuum cleaner. And
did he ever
it's already accounted for.
Did he ever get a plumber out there?
He said, shut up, don't mention it.
But he mentioned it for like 4 straight streams.
Yep, sure did.
And then his vacuum cleaner goes.
He got 300 something for that stream. He goes, yeah, it was Holly festive and stuff. I went downstairs and the vacuum cleaner was broken. And I'm like, well, now I got to buy a new vacuum cleaner with the money I just earned. It's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You fin broom.
And if it's a carpet, stop dropping crumbs all over the place.
Be careful.
Mauling with that popcorn or whatever you're eating.
Or get a little hand vac. Yeah, it's going to take a while, but, right by the closet. What crumbs are gonna be over there? You don't
Yeah.
need to be. You don't need to. Hey, we don't go over there in that corner. So just in front of the couch. Hey, it's gonna take
The
it's gonna
couch
take a
itself.
little longer, but you can get that boy for like $30, and he's already just like that money's accounted for.
Now I
It's
gotta buy
already
another
gone.
$240 vacuum. Dude, he's
It's crazy. It's crazy how
it's not even crazy. It's disgusting.
yeah. The field train don't stop.
Because even if you don't know about the microtransaction, you have to look at everything is public. All from his bankruptcy, everything is public. So you have to look at what he spends his money on. And you can see those documents and you can roughly estimate what he brings in. You can absolutely see what he brings in with the tips because he puts it on stream.
Yeah.
Not even counting the behind the scenes stuff, just the stuff you can see.
Screen.
And then you gotta look at that stuff. You gotta look at the super chats and then go, wait, where
second.
is $1,400?
Especially considering when he's just like, man, I used to have 900 more. Used to have 900 subscribers over on Twitch. I used to make thousands more on Twitch. You go thousands more, but back then
You were
hard
struggling.
up.
So
And
now
now
you're
you're minus thousands of dollars, and you're basically in the same position. That doesn't make any sense.
so you would have to think that like even if, to say 2,000, I made 2,000 more over on Twitch, which is impossible with those tier 3 subs and all that crap. It's probably closer to 3,000-4,000. But let's just say 2,000. With 2,000 less dollars, how are you in the exact same position? Not a better position, not a worse position. The exact same position.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense unless something else is going on. Some type of money pit.
And you can say that he upped the tip goals by $50, but he doesn't hit that every day.
Dude, he's barely hitting it at all these days.
That vest streak was just pure money.
I honestly
And it's
think
gone.
I honestly think that vest streak really f***ed up his perception. Because before that, the tip goal was $50 period. $50 a stream period. Now he needs $150 because he was getting $100 for the vest every day. So it's just like, all right, now the bare minimum in my mind has to be $100 because that's what we were doing with the vest streak. So now I just, Vestival.
And now, what is
It was
his-
like 184 straight streams of $100 or more.
10K plus. And it's just gone.
And it's gone. There is nothing to show for it.
It's like it didn't even happen.
I don't see how that's possible. Like, legitimately.
I totally see how that's possible.
I don't.
It's a
because
pit. It's Phil has his vices. He's living so far above his means. Like when he
I don't
moved,
think he's living beyond his means. I think he's just spending beyond his means.
absolutely.
Because he cannot afford $4,000 on Champions, and then he's a week and a half late on his mortgage. His priorities are beyond screwed.
I don't understand it, but that's in his mind. He just go. It's like when he moved over to Seattle. He just went the biggest TVs, these awesome couches, furnishing the whole
For what?
house.
You don't invite anybody over.
Everybody gonna see that.
We talked about when we first moved in. We talked about a sectional couch. We don't have it yet because with the pandemic, who do we want over?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Who's gonna throw a party? Who of us is gonna throw a party right now?
So we don't have it.
So we don't have it.
Y'all went up there not knowing anybody.
So what were you gonna do?
Hey, we gonna chill out and watch some stuff. Y'all got a bedroom. Why y'all need a big old sectional? Get a nice little couch. Get a reasonable TV. But no, he's just like, I burned all my savings and I had to go cash out my credit cards. Like, for what?
It should have been a whatever your TV was for your gaming stuff. A TV in the bedroom, 32-inch, something smallish. Though you can get them boys for like $160. And then a nice TV. I bought this 50-inch TV. It was $230. In this last Black Friday, a 70-inch was like $320.
No, but he got, at the time, top of the line 3D TV.
For what?
Someone priced it out and it was well over like $1,200. For what? He said he don't even use the 3D.
I was looking at like a really good TV when I first was looking at my TV, and I was like, how good of a TV do I want eventually? Because I said I was going to upgrade my TV eventually. How good of a TV? Do I want size or do I want that quality? And I went through so much stuff, and I found some very good ones for like $600. And even then, I was like, that's a lot for a TV.
Yeah, and the quality screen doesn't really matter to me because I'll go up to Target and it'll be like 4K, and then right next to it will be like 8K, and I'm like, can't really tell the difference. And sitting farther back watching a YouTube video, that won't really matter. Hey, if you pop in a movie or something, that's where it comes in, or a game. But
yeah, I remember when I first got my 4K monitor, I downloaded a 4K video. I was like, oh, that's pretty. Yeah. I got a 4K HDR monitor. I was like, oh, that's pretty. And then that was it. Like, when I played Ghost of Tsushima, I'm like, this is a really pretty game. When I played The Last of Us 2, I'm like, this is a really pretty game. And care.
Because after a while, you just playing. You're not like, the graphics at all time. Every now and again, it'll creep back in your mind like, yeah, this is very pretty. But it just sort of becomes just a standard thing.
Yeah. Eventually, you just stop. You become numb to what it is.
I don't understand the need for that 3D. That just
3D I do not get, because I don't think he ever even got the glasses for it.
He did. He just said they didn't use it.
So what's the point of having a 3D TV?
I don't know. It's just he was big money, big pockets, 20-year-old girlfriend, old man Phil. He was just trying to cash out, just like, hey, you been living with your moms all this time? Don't worry, sugar daddy gonna take care of you. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Here goes, whatever you want.
Here go the 60-inch 3D TV. For what?
For what? And Panda Lee, she a hood rat. She was a hood rat. She was popping over that soap crap that he gave her. Mm-hmm. She doesn't seem like the type that's just like, oh, bigger is better. It's like, it's like me. I want this thing. I'm happy to have this dumb little $200 soap kit. And she put out so many videos of just like, here's how you make soap. I'm trying out these new soap. That's what she wanted.
She was a broke girl. She got a little something, and she was so happy with that little something.
Happy with that.
But I think Phil was just like, I need to keep her happy. So I need to do these vacations. I'm sure she said, hey, it would be fun to go to blankety.
Oh, you want to go? You want to go there? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start planning it now. Let's go.
That's...
And this isn't to absolve Panda Lee. She was a terrible person.
Yes. I'm glad she's doing well.
I hear she's doing well.
So that's good. Good. She got out of there, and she's happy, and she's over there.
And that's the best thing. Even though, dude, I would pay
give it
buku bucks for a book.
Just a tell-all, just like nothing.
Escaping the sty.
Just, there is no, anything you ever wanted to know is right here. Not like his penis size or anything.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
But just like, what is Phil like sitting there?
The second that camera goes off, and he's just like, it's not like DSP tries it eating. He's just eating a sandwich.
Yes, I want to know what that is. Because everybody, once the camera comes on, once the mic comes on, you bring it up 10, 15, 20%. What is Phil like? Because, like Rambo and Howard, they're like, he's kind of just like a quiet, off in his own little corner type of guy. And I'm like, is he like that with... There's so much with this guy.
I want to know who Phil Burnell is.
This is why I'm still here after years and years and years. Because it's not any clearer.
I don't know who he is.
I said this in the first DSP video that we did with the masturbation thing. If he came out and was like, yeah, that was on purpose, I wouldn't believe him. If he came out and was like, no, that was an accident, I wouldn't believe him. Because I still don't know.
There's still doubt either way. 85-15.
Guys, please listen to me. I'm being 100% honest here.
But he said he's being honest so many times.
Exactly. So there is nothing. People that I know, I can believe them. But no matter what Phil says, there will at least be 59, 49, 51 in either direction of just like, there is doubt here. I'm not pure half and half. There's something more, there's something less, but you are never in 100% realm. Never.
Never a stone's throw away from a hundo. Just like 85% of doctors. Oh, that's a very good percentage. You are never 85.
Because even with the escort thing, I'm like, yeah, this is more than likely bullshit. But what if it isn't?
But what if it isn't? And that's the scariest thing about film. Because even when either legit or bullshit thing comes up, you're like, this doesn't sound right. But what if it is
but
right?
It's always, you have to go, this doesn't sound right for a normal person. But this is Phil. So we gotta go, all right, all preconceived notions out the window. We're in Phil town now. So let's look at this with the Phil stuff. Cause he goes across the entire United States and gets another BMW? For what?
For what? You don't go anywhere, you don't do anything. Straight status symbol stuff. And the what? Is it in your garage or is it just out so the neighbors can see that Phil Burnell has a BMW?
Just go, Phil.
Why did you need a 2020 whatever in 2020?
The top of the line car. I got rid of my BMW and I got a mid-size. No, it was a current year car that you got, Phil.
You can buy a nice 2014 car for like $7,000, own it outright, because he's still paying off his car loan plus insurance. Get you a nice bought used car.
It is status.
What status though? To who?
And it's very odd because
he's out there in the rain in his slippers and a hoodie. Who is he walking up to people's porches for their packages?
Looking like a homeless dude.
What status are you talking about?
And it's very odd because a couple days, a week or so ago, he talked about his boxers. Just like, yeah, I got holes all up in my boxers. Because don't nobody see that shit.
No.
So why would he buy that? But the stuff, his car he's rolling around in, y'all, status time. But he can't buy a 12-pack of drawers. He can't buy a 12-pack of Heinz Fruit of the Loom drawers. What is this?
It's been 46 seconds. Yo, we're back, y'all. We're back.
Kind of. That's Tangent City.
Yeah, but it's Phil Tangent City. It's on brand Tangent City. As opposed to, hey, Chris, what's going on with you today?
You got any interesting stories? Nope. Oh. You sure? You don't want to pause, make something up. Oh, I did think of something. Oh, really, Chris?
Tell us all about it, please.
Make a quick buck. You know, let's sell this discounted version of the console that's digital only, that has half the hard drive space of the other console, that maybe doesn't run as good or load as fast. Who knows, right?
No, people do know.
Yes.
It's on the box. It's
The specs are
advertised
there.
as such.
And let's just sell it for $300. And what's going to end up happening is people have buyer's remorse. I ran out to buy the new gen console because I wanted it so bad, and now I'm disappointed because it sucks. It's not as good as what everyone else has. But was that the case? Because now, here we are a year later. You still can't get the Series X or the PS5 unless you're one of these people that apparently is so dedicated to getting it that literally you have alarms set. So one of these guys who tracks the fucking internet drops of these consoles wakes you up at 3 a.m. Oh my God.
Not necessarily. I've been getting emails from Sony just like, hey, you want a PS5?
Oh, that's because of me. Wait,
Nope,
what is it on?
It's mine.
Oh, yeah, you're good then.
Yeah. I'm like, I got a PlayStation Network account that I don't really use, but I don't know why I would not like that, Sony. Thank you for the offer. Maybe give it to somebody who would enjoy something like that.
Yeah, because one of the people I follow just recently was like, PlayStation 5 acquired, thanks Walmart. So he finally got his. And it was like 4 in the afternoon. Like, I'm sure there are people that are waking up at 3 a.m. looking for them hot alerts.
Oh, absolutely.
But for the most part, it's just a bunch of people that's like, if I'm up and not doing anything and it drops, I'll put in my info and get it.
There it is. This was 2 days ago.
Yeah. Sony does that for people that have PlayStation Network and had it for a while. How long have you had yours?
It's been quite a while.
Yep. So it's probably just you're a loyal customer.
Yeah. But I don't buy nothing.
Don't buy nothing, don't do nothing.
In the morning. Oh my God, Target has the drop, guys. Get on your browsers. So you run, you get out of bed, you're half naked because you're like fucking asleep.
Or you roll over to your phone where you got the alert. Go to Target.com or the Target
hysteria?
app and then try to purchase it.
No, you don't. What is this?
What are you talking about, Phil? Why
Get
did
up,
they
you roll out. Who's this individual? Who's this Mr. Bean-esque individual that's just bumbling around?
If they don't have it in stock online, they're not going to have it in the store. And is there 24-hour Targets?
I don't think so.
So if it's
That's
3 in the morning, why would you, unless you're camping out? Well, let's hear what Phil has to say.
Half hung over because you were drinking.
I don't know what Phil is talking about.
That was a funny joke, is what it was.
Why didn't anybody laugh?
Somebody laughed.
Oh, let's see.
Wait, let's see them comments. Somebody's gonna laugh.
Run into your fucking room with your PC. You're, I'm gonna try to get this down. Go to Target. At the car. No, refresh. Oh.
Who's this bulldog of a man that Phil is?
Boy.
He's like, what is this?
Boy, that is not a good hair line.
It's fine.
He really needs to just let it go.
Nah.
Just buzz cut.
Just hold on.
Hold on. You can't hold on to the follicles after a certain point.
No, it's fine.
Just let it go.
He's greasing.
We've seen him with buzz cuts. He's looked fine.
He wouldn't look fine today. I don't think we've ever seen goatee Phil with a buzz cut, and I think that would look very weird.
It'd probably look Walter Whitish.
He'd look very weird.
Just do it.
But my thing is, Phil is able to make this caricature of a man because he got his.
Yeah.
So what does he care about somebody just frantically trying to get something?
Dude.
Because if he had not had his stuff, he'd be crying and complaining.
He was crying that he might get it like a week later.
No, not even a week. Like a day or two. Because he's like, I paid for this. I had to change my card information and y'all delayed my... I am a content creator and I am losing hundreds of thousands of dollars and hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube. And he gave them the spiel. And he tried. And he just got it with some credits. Chewing these people out.
What a Karen. I cannot stand people like Phil.
Crazy.
The first thing on their mind, I need it now and I need compensation. Because you didn't update your credit card information? Whose fault is that?
Fault? Boy, I don't care. A couple days ago, I went to Family Dollar, got some bread.
How much was everything?
Mother. They tripping. But I got some bread. It had a hole in it, so on the other side of the bread was moldy. Just threw it away. I was just like, oh, well. Didn't go back like, hey, my bread. I'm like, whatever.
Yep. But sometimes it's just like, what can you do?
And, that's bread. But I've also done that with food, stuff like that. The whole thing is just, it's a day or two, Phil. Eat that.
I've been quickly shopping. I've bought milk. I just grabbed some milk. And I'm like, oh, it expires in like 3 days. I'm not going to go up there and go, hey, this milk I just bought expires in a couple days. Can I get a better milk? Like...
Refresh. Oh no, it's just that it's out of stock. That's seriously what you have to do. Your whole life has to fucking revolve around these fucking internet drops for these consoles. It's fucking stupid.
LOL, you see?
Come on, man. Like, people have a fucking life. No, I don't want to have my whole life revolving around trying to buy a fucking Xbox or a fucking PlayStation. It's ridiculous. We're a year into the launch of these consoles, and this is what you have to do. You actually have to drop everything to try to fucking buy a console. Stupid shit, okay?
I mean, if the console
Now-
isn't available.
If you can get the Series S without having to go through that problem, all right, then maybe it's worth it. And I asked yesterday on stream, I said, does anyone have an actual experience with the Series S that they'd like to share with me to let me know what they've thought about
What is he
having this
doing?
console?
What is he doing?
Readjusting himself.
Pardon?
He got up a little bit, readjusted. Maybe he felt a draft on his backside because his shirt was riding up, so he pushed his shirt down a little bit. You know how us
No,
men
I don't.
do. Oh, you don't know how us men do.
You know, are you satisfied with it? Do you feel like maybe you did get ripped off? Or do you feel like,
Ripped off. You either you knew what you were buying or you didn't, and if you were disappointed because you thought it was going to be something and it wasn't, that's your fault for not doing the research on the thing.
The information is out there. If you go,
Readily available, not
hey,
hidden.
I need a terabyte of storage and you only got 256, you go, that's your own fault for not looking it up. You can't feel ripped off. It's your shit.
It's like people going to eBay and trying to buy hard drive, but they buy hard drive enclosures. It's just like a hard drive for $60. I could.
It's like Chris when he bought his what he thought was a gaming chair for like $30. And it was just a gaming chair cover. He's like, what is this? Like, you didn't.
It's like you buying the European version of Kingdom Hearts.
That. How?
Here comes the excuse, y'all.
No, how
Here
was I
comes
to
the
know?
excuse, y'all.
It is a simple, just small. The ESRB is different. That's the only thing that you can tell out the gate.
It also said it in the description.
Who looks at the description? It's Kingdom Hearts right here. Why would I look at the description? Is this really Kingdom Hearts? What is that?
I guess it was.
Yes, it is really Kingdom Hearts.
It
I
wasn't,
can see
though.
that it's Kingdom Hearts. It's new. It's Prime. Click.
Buy DLC. Why won't it play? Whoops. Oh, you got to start all over again because that save file don't transfer. Whoops.
Hey, that is some fire.
Dude, if it wasn't Kingdom Hearts 3, that would have been probably like, add 3 weeks. I'm good.
a good deal? You know, what do you think? So, shout out to a fan. I'm not going to give their name because obviously they probably don't want their name getting out there.
Obviously, they probably don't want their name
Those
getting
two
out
things coincide with each other. You can
they
absolutely
do
say
not.
no.
They do not. And is the fan going to get harassed for simply telling Phil, yeah, it was cool? Do they
I'm
think
happy with my purchase.
the mentally ill detractors are going to go, who is this S over X dude that told Phil that the S was pretty good? We must find him and dox him.
Phil thinks so.
But someone sent me a very detailed email about their personal experience with the Series S that I'd like to share with all of you, okay? He said, hi, Phil. I saw your podcast and you were talking about the Series S. I want to give my feedback. I've owned one for about 6 months now. I absolutely love it. Now, of course, I have Game Pass, and I've played Psychonauts 2, Forza 4 and 5, Flight Simulator, Halo Infinite.
Wow, bunch of games that are on the system I purchased. I don't give a
Phil, I don't know if he's trying to stretch for time or just he's appreciative of the person who gave the email, so he's gonna
read
all of it.
He played. I would have said he played a multitude of games, including new ones and blah blah. He's reading everything. It's
only gonna be about 3 more new games.
2.
Alice Madness Returns, Madden, NHL, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Star Wars Jedi, Alien Isolation, Maneater, Dead by Daylight, and Burnout.
9 more games.
So that's 3 times the amount of the games that I thought he would say.
They played all those games and didn't pay $1. All they did was get Game Pass. They played all those fucking games on it.
They did pay $1 to get Game Pass. You have
That's not
to
how it
buy
works.
Game Pass.
No. When you get Netflix, you can watch all the movies you want for free. That's how it works. It's free.
It's at no additional cost.
Nah, it's free.
ragged on Sony and people saying you get such and such free with PS Plus. People are like, it's not free, you gotta pay, but not Richard saying you don't have to spend $1 to get the games on Game Pass. You do. For both, you have to spend money.
Nah. It's free.
Okay. I've not experienced a single issue in terms of lag or any kind of loss of quality.
No, the games are going to run as pretty good. The most you could say is probably the Forza game might not be 60, but they probably have some type of dynamic resolution to try to stick to 60. And then you played stuff like Psychonauts and things from the 360 era. Like, of course they're gonna run. Like, you need some more intensive games to test that.
You're not.
Flight Simulator, maybe.
The load times on this console are superb. I love this console. For the price, it didn't feel like it broke the bank at all. It's only $299 for those who don't know. And I'm getting lots of value out of it. I love your new podcast format. I love what you do. I first started watching your stream.
Did the fan really use the word podcast? Oh. Why did Phil have to say...
Indoctrinated out the gate.
Yeah.
Mom's been doing this for 2-3 days, and they're already just like, love the podcast. Oh my goodness.
So why did he need to say $299 instead of just $300? I wonder if there has to be some type of study about 99 looks more appealing than 00.
Sometimes it's weird for certain people because I'll be like, for me, I'll be like, all day, I'm just like, I got all day ahead of me, all day, it's all fine, I can do whatever I want. And then as soon as noon hits, I'm like, I gotta get started or whatever I gotta do. Something about noon hitting is just like, okay.
But to be fair, you've been up for like 6 hours at that point.
True.
So, like, if somebody woke up at 9, they'd probably look at it like, oh, it's 3. Jesus, I need to do something. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you're only awake for 16 to 18 hours. And if you've already done 6, you got another, 12 to do? Yeah, I can see you going, like a third of my day is already going. I need to start doing this.
Back when, during Ghostbusters Remastered stream in 2019. It's funny because you say way back when. To me, that was...
Why do you need to read all that?
Because it's a generous fan that sent a long email that told me the S was great and I'm great.
You don't need the "you're great" part, Phil.
Yes,
just
I
like,
do.
and then they complimented me and say how they're a long time fan, and I appreciated that. And you don't even have to say it on here. You just, hey, reply back. Hey, thank you so much. I remember that gameplay. Blah blah blah.
Have a little discussion with them.
We don't know who this person is.
No clue.
Factually.
Dumb.
So this means nothing about how long they've been watching. Or what they've started watching, or anything about them. Because they are an anonymous person, so they can be like, oh man, I played all these games. We don't know if they did or didn't. Because we don't know who they are.
Yesterday. So,
I'm sorry, what?
it's funny because you say way back when. To me, that was yesterday. So there you go.
Does Phil experience joy?
I was wondering about that. I'm like, when was the last time we saw like a genuine laugh from him? Something that's like, because I can't even think of any like genuine laugh. No, I'm pretty sure we can go back and find some with Rambo where he laughs, and then compare that with the laugh from now. Because I don't remember. I'm not keeping up with his gameplay if I'm being honest. But I rock out with "This Is How You Don't Plays" and stuff, and it's usually just a or the.
I think there was something recently in Forza where it sounded like he was having a good time. But I don't know if that was just playing it up slightly. I don't know if Phil still finds joy through games and his audience.
I think he
and his
does.
job.
It's just few and far between. There's the stuff that he has to play, and then there's the stuff that he wants to play. Because he was digging Guardians, and he's a salty little potato about people not digging it and not coming by to watch it and stuff like that.
Of course, because
And
people didn't give him money.
And I think he's obligated to play something like Grand Theft Auto. And that's where the less fun comes.
How is he obligated to play it?
Because people want to see him watch it. Watch
He's
him.
done it twice.
They saw that the new one was coming out, and they asked him a lot about it. And once you started getting asked a lot about it, it's like, all right.
They also asked a lot about Metroid Dread. He's just now getting to it.
Because in his mind, he's just like, y'all people don't come out for that. Raw. Y'all people don't come out them pockets. So,
did he drop Far Cry or did he finish it?
I don't know.
Because he was complaining about the potatoes not doing that shit.
That's just my mindset of just obligation versus the stuff he wants.
Okay, what does he want?
He wants the Street Fighter. He's sticking with that.
I don't know if he wants that.
He doesn't want that particular Street Fighter, but he wants the feeling that he had, and that's the closest thing that he's gonna get. Mm-hmm. The Friday Street Fighter stuff.
Okay. Which is sad because he's very close to a prominent local community and a local retro community for Street Fighter. So if he really wanted them games, he could.
People would come up and then they would throw pig guts at him, and he doesn't want that. That's
they don't do it out when he's grocery shopping.
Yeah, they do.
For $400 a week.
He does. He just doesn't mention the fact that he does that. He doesn't
that's
want to
where
give
it
them
comes.
the attention.
That's where it comes from. The cleanup. He has to pay for the pig gut.
The constant cleanup. You got somebody on speed dial. It's like it's every time it's gonna be $400. Feels like I got that's fine.
That's fine.
All right. So this person had a really positive experience with their Xbox Series S. All right. I'd like more feedback. If anything, what I would like to do is push my viewers towards getting it if it really is good, because
you're not an influencer, Phil. I'm sorry to tell you. You are not the person that's going, hey, you guys should buy this, and then people go buy it.
And then people listen.
You are not that.
Because, like, really, what games are you just like, ugh? What? And are those games because of the fact that it's on an Xbox or the fact that it's not very good?
And I hate how he's just like, we got Game Pass for that and haven't been able to play it because there's no time. But he just said that this was a terrible Broketober in November because there's no games, really. So, which was it?
It can be both for Phil.
It's always both for Phil.
Phil is always right. He's going to always find a way to make himself right. So, whatever you got to say
in that moment. Did you hear the
moment,
Review Tech USA stuff where he's just like, this is not a rant? And you're an idiot if you don't understand the difference between a rant and an explanation?
Yes, I did.
Literal rant. Literal rant.
He went nuts. For some reason, wasn't even worth all that. He's just like, Review Tech, I'm talking to you right now. Don't talk about me ever again. I'll talk about you all I want. But don't you ever talk about me ever again.
Again, he likes to punch at people. And then if he gets punched back, it's like, why are you punching at me? I'm a little guy. Hey, it'd be great if I could hit 200K subs before my birthday, but I'm a little guy.
All this time about you not caring about subs and crap.
No, the number.
It's just a number.
And
it's artificially inflated because mother's got a sub to talk in your chat. So people are going to sub to troll you and just like, hey, whatever.
There's got to be a sub for 24 hours. All right, I'm glad he rated me, but can't do nothing about it.
Y'all can't talk, so.
Because, trolling, Whoops. So you can still contribute, though. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about the Only Iced Coffee Kevin Bernstein stuff?
Dude. What is he doing?
He
is protecting his well.
Yep, absolutely. Muvs got kicked for less. And he is clearly just like, hey, I know all this dude's information. Hey, don't do that, you guys. Next time you will be banned. But this time, just don't do it. Just
Hey, you
chill
know,
out,
if I see
everybody.
doxing, you will be banned, but only iced coffee. You know, there's no logs 40 seconds later. Yeah, the logs say that he only talked about information that was already public because we knew where he stayed. We knew where Kevin stayed. So, you know, just no doxing, guys, or it's going to be a problem.
He is protecting them pockets.
He's got to.
It's nuts that he would just do that. That he would just have that big of a double standard to just go. Because like I said, months just get kicked for so much less.
I mean, ridiculously less.
When he was oh no.
Oh, no way. Oh, no way.
Holy crap. So I commissioned that, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And he sent me a mock-up, which is, you know, this is
No!
amazing. This is legitimately amazing. So then he just sent me the final two. Those are insane.
Those are great.
Those are both insane. Holy crap. The bags on... Dude. This isn't fair.
We got some monster fans, dude.
Meme just gave two amazing videos. Triton, for some reason, has been doubling the effort of just like, it used to be like every other day. It'd be like, hey, here's the pause. And now it's just like once a day. Bam, bam. I'm like,
I think I'll do the B-list, too. Like,
calm them down.
hey, tell me who this is out of the 8 people that were talking, please. Mother, what are you doing?
This is crazy.
That is really, really good.
Because I told him, I was just like, hey, I just want to look mad depressed with people laughing around me and some beans on a plate. He's like, got your boss. Bam. I'm like, what? This is exactly what I was envisioning.
And then you got your little lemonade.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm just looking at it. It's just like, dude.
Dude, every time he shows us something, I'm just shocked at how good it is.
Every hit's a smash. Every smash is a winner.
The more I hear about it and the more I do a little bit more research on it, I feel like my opinion is completely flipped from last year. Last year, my opinion was perhaps the Series S is going to be that console that it's an impulse buy because it's only $300, so it's not insanely bank breaking. Not cheap, but still, it's not like, oh, I have to fucking drop, a ridiculous amount of money to buy this thing. And I was worried that because of that, what they were trying to do was sell a discounted console to take advantage of those who wanted to get in on the next gen of gaming, but really wasn't going to future-proof. And what I mean by that is, maybe you would buy the Series S, it would be good for a year or two, and then after that, most of the games run like shit on it, and you're going to be very disappointed that you bought it. So I had a kind of a mixed feeling about it, but I was actually not feeling very good about it. But here we are a year later, and if you cannot get a Series X or a PS5 unless you have no fucking life, which it seems like that's what it is, like literally, your life has to revolve around being available for these console shops if you want one. Sorry that 99% of the populace of the planet can't do that. We have lives, we have jobs, responsibilities. Sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. I'm not going to try to open up my smartphone while I'm sauteing chicken to try to fucking buy a fucking PlayStation 5.
Cooking. What is... Apparently, he's also an archer while he's cooking with those arm movements. But
to try to fucking buy.
I need to buy something on my phone, and also do archery while I'm riding this horse.
I need to buy a PS5 and practice my Katniss Everdeen in cosplay. What? How do I have time for this?
I just want a PS5.
Oh yeah, the chicken.
but what? Okay, hey, cooking, yeah, there's times where you gotta stir and cook and whatever, but it's mostly just standing around waiting.
Yes, cooking is a lot of in waiting.
And if you get the alert, hey, it's going on right now, what can't wait 2 minutes?
I could see if you're cooking something on super high that needs constant attention. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I'll
all right, whatever. My pancake gonna be a little bit burnt, or just take it off the heat.
take the heat down. Or yeah, just straight up, just take it off the heat. Whatever. Jesus Christ!
He just has to make it so big.
Chicken to try to fucking buy a fucking place.
Are you still talking about the archery?
What is this?
So
he's talking about cook. He literally said cooking,
and
then he just
started doing this Street Fighter pose. So which one is the pot for cooking, and which one is the phone for the PS5?
Go back.
Populace of the planet can't do that. We have lives, we have jobs, responsibilities. Sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. I'm not going to try to open up my smartphone while I'm sauteing chicken to try to fucking buy a fucking PlayStation 5 because there was a drop, you know? Fuck that.
I don't know which one is which.
Because both of them are going, he's not doing a circular motion while okay, so phone here and stirring with the outstretched hand. Okay. Why is this so outstretched?
Yeah, that's a good
point. Why wouldn't
are you on the back eye?
So and the phone on the outstretched hand, that just simply doesn't make any sense.
So it's got to be the phone in the left hand.
Phone in the left hand, close to you.
But his arm is way too outstretched. You're correct, because it would be fairly close.
Yeah, for the start, because he said sauteing, so that's a this.
Yeah.
So
it's like a scraping and flipping and all that stuff.
Has Phil ever cooked before?
Have you not seen his fantastic homemade pizza? That the sauce to dough ratio was magnifique.
That looked so fake. That looked like he was just trying to get a reaction from people. Let me trigger these trolls just to get some engagement on Twitter.
Poorly done.
It was.
I can't tell if he overheated.
Jesus Christ,
dude! That look.
What is these sprinklings of cheese?
Where is that?
I just looked up DSP. They call me DSP Pizza, and it came up immediately.
Because it's definitely going in the video
and
right
it's
now.
So malformed. Look at this big old chunk just out.
Yeah, that's like the one that always catches my eye.
Dude. Imagine the cat coming home to this.
I'd be furious.
Long day out.
We don't order out. I make the pizza. No, you order out a lot, Phil.
This looks like a child's. A child made this pizza. And, you're a parent, you have to be like, good job, yeah.
I know, if a child made it, like if it's an 8, 9-year-old, I would legitimately go, that was a fantastic job making pizza from scratch. We're going to keep working at it, you're going to get better at it, but for a first attempt, that is a fantastic...
No, but as they're making it, you be like, hey, maybe put a little bit more cheese on that.
You doing it.
I would put a little bit more cheese. That is...
Personally.
That's like... He was making the pizza, got the sauce and everything, and it's like, oh no, I have 3 flecks of cheese, and that's all I got, and I can't leave the house.
It legit looks like he made the dough, and then threw the sauce on top of a slab of dough.
That dough looks so puffed up as well.
It was probably one of those Pillsbury Doughboy. Make your own pizza dough. You knead it through the pan, and it does it all itself.
This is
okay.
This is radical.
what are the toppings? Is it pepperoni that's like poking out like right around this area?
It's either pepperoni. Yeah, it's definitely pepper. It's just pepperoni. Because I'm like, is it pepperoni or sauce? You can see how thin it is. So it's just a lot of pepperoni. Is that? That's like
80% covered with pepperoni.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's barely any sauce now that I'm looking at it. It's just pepperoni.
Yo, it's legit just a lot of pepperoni. Did they have some pepperoni that was expiring and it just went, I gotta make a pizza now?
This is not pizza. This is pepperoni bread.
With some cheese.
What is this cheese ratio?
You know what? Did he do sauce, cheese, pepperoni cheese?
No.
Because there's cheese on top of pepperonis and pepperonis poking out.
Because if you look at this one right here, you can see maybe he did do like a little layer of cheese underneath and then more cheese on top.
Because who does sauce, pepperoni, cheese?
A madman.
Why are we questioning anything with Phil? I cannot believe he's proud of this.
I would not show this off. I'm like, this is hidden. This doesn't need to be. Not everything needs to be on the internet. This especially does not. Did he tweet out? I'm sure he tweeted out his Thanksgiving dinner.
No way.
I'm sure he did.
No way, that hungry man, because Cat can't cook. And
no,
Phil refuses. Let's see it.
He didn't. Okay, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna look at his Instagram.
Dude, why would you? He did not do that.
He had to.
Also, we might not be able to do that next episode. This might legit.
This mother. You gonna put out that pizza, but not your Thanksgiving.
What are you? Don't get mad at Phil because his Instagram game is popping.
Oh, you showed off Thanksgiving 2020? What about this year?
That looks terrible, by the way.
That looks really bad.
That looks terrible, by the way.
That does not look good at all. This looks like straight up white people food.
No offense to the white people.
I'm just saying. Ain't a single fleck of seasoning on them greens, no macaroni or cheese, nothing. This does not.
This is like the people that would put raisins in their macaroni and cheese.
Why would you not? Why are you eating off paper plates for Thanksgiving?
Less mess. No fuss, no muss. You should at least, if you're a husband and wife, you should at least break out the silverware. The table, what are you doing?
Don't you sit there and tell me that these pills aren't purposefully placed here.
What pill? Why are there pills there?
Why are there pills here? What is this? Oh, his sauce.
Yeah, his a sauce that he wants to, market to the world.
I want to make a business and sell Italian food. Phil, aren't you a quarter Italian?
Aren't you mostly like Polish or something?
And just like whatever race and whatever else mixed mongrel race you are? Why is it always just Italian? When this is what you put out.
You can put this is authentic Italian.
Imagine just like, hey, there's a brand new restaurant up the street. They selling pizza. Why don't we go get us one? And then this comes out the oven. I'm like, hey,
can y'all try again? Is it supposed to look like this?
Is this something? What's going on? Is this something I'm missing here?
Did I do something wrong, y'all? Just let me know.
Y'all training somebody back there? I'd be furious. if you just like, yeah, I'm making pizza for y'all, and you gave me a slice, it's just like, Did we run out of cheese? No, I'm just trying something new. I'm like, all right, cool. I'd grab a handful of cheese, put it on and then put that boy back in the oven.
Yeah,
because I'm not eating this sauce bread.
I made all that chicken and you grab barbecue sauce. I was like, you gotta eat it the way it's like, whatever you do.
The barbecue sauce was for the honey mustard one.
Ah, okay.
That
But
was really good.
this is just like, I would not, like, if I was if I was a husband and my wife did this for me, I'd be appreciative.
Yes.
But I'd be like, are you okay?
It would
What
immediately
happened
be
here?
followed by a question. Are we out of cheese? Were you in a rush? Something. It'd be like, yes, this is food that you took time out of your day.
It's definitely a fight that's coming, but
It wouldn't be a fight.
But I don't want to come home next week to something like this again. I'll take the fight. Oh, let me get this off screen so we can keep going.
Man.
Cause mine got.
That is disgusting.
I mean, it might have tasted fine, but presentation wise, it's one of the worst looking pizzas I've ever seen.
You eat with your eyes first and foremost, and you look at that, you just go, dang, man, I gotta eat that.
I gotta eat that.
It's not how commerce is supposed to be. It's supposed to be there's a product, you can buy it.
There is no product.
Phil, that's not how it just works. You can't just
Supply and demand. There is not enough supply to match the demand.
you can't just be like, people want it, so just do it. That's not how things work.
I wanted Pepper Ann for like 6 years. I finally got it. They didn't sell DVDs of it. I want Dragoon on a modern system. I don't have it. I gotta go through my PC or break out my PS3 or find my Vita.
But this is a child's mentality of simply just give me. People want it. Just give.
How old was Phil with the Wolverine toy? Because I'm hearing conflicting reports.
I don't know.
People are saying he might have been 15.
I don't know.
People are saying he might have been 15.
That's too old.
Why? If he's talking about the collection of it,
The collection of it
it's like second run Wolverine toy.
But I think Phil.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. 5149.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't offend people. Phil, I believe, is definitely on the autism spectrum.
I would say so, but I think everybody is.
Yeah. I think he's on the little bit of a deeper side, though. Because when he talks about how, as a child, he just grabs a toy and he walks around the store and he just looks at the toy, and then when it's time to put it back, he just puts it back. No muss, no fuss. It's like, it's kind of weird, Phil.
Not weird, but irregular.
Yes. So that's what I'm thinking, especially because that would excuse a lot of his behavior and his mannerisms and all this stuff.
But he's also, and this is not in no offense, he's just a narcissist.
Yes. There's also just the fact of Phil being a piece of crap.
But I wonder if some forms of narcissism could be linked to some forms of autism.
I'm sure there's some sort of study on that.
Yeah, I'd have to look into it. I'm not too versed in autism nor narcissism. I just know Phil is absolutely a narcissist.
No matter what happens, Phil is an anomaly.
I don't know if he's a sociopath. I don't know if he lacks empathy for others.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think he cared way too much for Panda Lee to be a sociopath.
Yeah, sociopath, I think that's not it. People go a little bit too far with that. We also have to think about how much of this is a put-on act.
I think 0%.
I don't think 0%. I think maybe
I think when
15.
I think when he starts clapping his feet for winning blackjack in The Last Dragon, I think stuff like that is, or Like a Dragon, is that stuff like that is a put on. When he's just like, woo, woo, whoa. I think stuff like that is a put on. I think when he's ranting, it is 1,000,000,000% Phil.
But the man had bubbles that he would blow periodically.
Yeah, because he thought that could be a goal that the fans would want. And the second he saw it wasn't working, got rid of that, just like the swivel chair.
Why would he think that people would want that, though?
He thought that the problem was people want a reward to work towards for the $50 goals and $100 goals. If the vest isn't doing it anymore, I need to find the next vest. And I need to do it with the least amount of work that I could possibly do.
But also, if you watch his Fall Guys stuff, when he does something good, he'll be like, oh, celebratory bubble blow. And he'll just blow them.
Is he still doing that? Or since
he has
he's
not
been
played
playing,
Fall Guys.
Since the last time he played Fall Guys.
Yes.
So maybe it's just become part of the... Maybe, again, it could just be like... I'm not Phil. One, I'm not Phil. One, I'm not Phil. And two, I'm not Phil's audience. So no, I would not.
So how would you look at me if I'm like, yeah, D.A. Simber, here's a bubble. How would you look at me?
I would laugh because I know it's not you.
I'm like, oh, he trying way too hard. What is he doing?
I would know you are absolutely dying inside. And you don't want to put that out to the audience. So you're just trying anything to bring that energy up. So I'll play every sound.
It'd be pity.
You'll get a Steam Deck and just do like 3 seconds of a cat song. Jellicle cat. Every time you win a match, Jellicle cat.
Dude. Oh, that is very crazy.
But that's why. I know that cringe stuff you would do is just like, this is not him.
But why is it Phil?
Because he's not legitimately funny. He's not legitimately having fun. He's not legitimately any of these things. So he has to put out the perception that he's having fun. The perception that he's funny. The perception that he's enjoying himself and other people.
But if you're not having fun...
Sorry, we gotta turn off the heat. This kid turned it back on like a douche.
The man is cold.
I mean, it's so cold in the D. Cold.
Why would you not do something to regain that spark? To regain that love?
He doesn't have time to
reevaluate. He doesn't have time to just like take a break and...
Nope, because even on his days off, he has to go grocery shopping every week. And he has to go out and get cat food every week.
So you just supplement your not having fun with
with, hey, we're all collectively having fun.
And that dumb soy cat Jasper voice that he puts on.
Jasper Kitty, get out there. Come on. Look at Jasper.
Dude.
Jasper's up there. He just jumped up. Come on, little buddy.
And that soundboard are the two things that I'm just like... These things are making it unlistenable.
Okay, let's. One of 3 things you could take away from Phil forever: Jasper, the soundboard, stream chat. And I don't mean anything happens to Jasper. He's just with a different family. I mean, and with stream chat, let's just say. For every stream he doesn't do stream chat, he gets $500.
Jasper.
Wow, like that? Yes. That voice is that irritating to you?
It pisses me off so much.
Jasper Kitty. He loves
He's such a silly kitty. Why do you call him Jasper Kitty? I don't overanalyze. I'm not an idiot like you. Like Phil. Where's this coming from?
His name's Jasper. Why do you call him Jasper Cutie? Because it's cute and funny, and I'm not overanalyzing like you piece of hot shit.
And the worst thing about that dumb soundboard, he'll always just look directly into the camera. And then half the time he'll be like, and as it's finished, and he'll go, clear his throat. It's really, really those two things.
You guys won't believe it. This happened.
And you can always hear them gearing up.
Dude, that's what it is. The ramp up to the soundboard, and you can just feel it in your bones that it's coming.
I've chill in the air.
I've heard so many sound clips when he was talking, and it'd be like 13 seconds in, and he'd say something. I was like, no, he can't be going to the. I'm like, what the?
Not a competition to buy it. Okay.
There's been competitions to buy things on Black Friday for decades.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. There is not an unlimited supply of things out there, especially in the pandemic, where so many chip shortages has caused problems to the point where consumers, like consumer grade stuff like vehicles, are missing touchpads and those types of things that they usually have for newer
Standard.
cars. Like Teslas, their whole touchpad is definitely getting knocked out. So there's so much missing because of the chip shortage that they're manufacturing all they can as they can, but it's not the fault of any manufacturer or anything. It's just that the pandemic caused a lot of issues.
No, just make more chips.
Just make more chips. Just buy. It's not supposed to be this way.
Just do it.
Like we're not
People
still
want to
in a
just do it.
pandemic. People want flying cars. I guess just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
You want money. I guess just do it.
Okay. So that being said, the Series S is sounding better and better. For me, there's two things about it that might make you skeptical. The first is,
Oh, BITW Awesome is gone. He's gone. Just order out. He's gone.
Yep. Bye-bye.
that it's a 1440p box. It's not ever going to run at 4K. It's just not. It's not made to do that. So if you're someone who wants to game at 4K eventually, or if you're someone who wants to watch movies in 4K or whatever, you're kind of asked out here. This is not what this console's for. You understand?
I mean, who's...
My PC, I have a 4K TV and a 4K monitor. My PC has a 27 Super in it, which means that I can do 1080p, 1440 comfortably at times, but I could definitely do 1080p comfortably, very comfortably. I do not care about 4K in my games, and I own a PC that is capable of doing 4K with some concessions, especially for older games. I do not give a... If you are that type of person, you would buy a PC.
Yeah, that's a whole separate thing that you're trying to go into. Because you just go as movies. You can't watch movies on your Xbox. It's like, who's buying movies on the Xbox?
You can get a Roku that'll do 4K.
Really? Smart TVs, Hulu, Netflix, whatever you want. Whatever. It's all up there.
Now the thing is, I don't know how many people really game at 4K. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
There
There
was
you
some
go.
research done.
Oh, research from where, Phil? Please cite your sources.
And they
Kotaku.
actually found out that half the people out there who own TVs don't even have a 4K TV right now.
Of course not. You got a bunch of old people with still tube TVs.
You got a bunch of people like me. If I didn't buy my TV on Black Friday, which is it's a 4K TV, I'd just have a normal 32-inch whatever.
Vizio,
It
whatever.
doesn't matter. I just like, hey, that's a good deal. I got a smaller TV that I use, and that's not a 4K because I don't really care about 4K. Not really a thing that I care about. I watch dumb YouTube videos. I don't need to see you feel in 4K.
And most people that have a 4K TV, the only reason they have it is because that's what's sold now. When actually polled about do you use 4K, most people don't even know what that means.
I don't necessarily believe that.
I
You know
do.
what? The fact that he said most people don't know what it means, that is an unquantifiable amount of people. So
That would be the... You know what? It's not even majority. It's more like
majority. Are you Medina?
majority.
Them movies suck. I will always remember me and Peanut walking into the Medea's family reunion. Never having seen a Medea's movie. Looked funny from the trailers. And then all of a sudden, homeboy's just beating his wife. We're like, Wait a second. What happened to the fun Medea? And that's just like 80% of the movie. Bit Medea ain't even in it.
There was a recent Medea movie that was supposed to come out, and I legit don't even know if I dreamed it. Because I was like, this cannot be a real thing.
I thought Tyler Perry was done with that.
You never
Feels like
know.
he would be.
Dude, I might have legit just dreamed it. Who are all these mothers and brothers?
How did Dad have time to make?
Did he improve it?
No. Hawaki said something at 7:01, and then an hour later,
Colored and everything.
what is this? The new jutsu.
Okay. He does have a new movie coming out. Called Homecoming? The Homecoming? Cause I swear there was something about it that I was just like...
You're cracking up. It's over. Put you in a home.
Okay, so it's definitely a real thing, but I don't know what it's about. Okay, whatever.
You know, what? What are you talking about? I just hook my shit up and I play it.
So this is what I was going with him with the plurality. I think with the most people not knowing, you're probably, even if it's 20%, the options could be 11 options. I do know what it is, but I don't use it. I don't know what it is. I don't use it. Those two are probably going to be combined with they don't use 4K. I don't know what it is, but I do use it, or my TV does have it. Things like that, just over and over and over again. So the most is probably people that don't use it.
I play my game or I play my movie. Well, what resolution are you playing at? What's resolution? They plug and play, right? You plug it in, you do it. Most people don't even know. Okay? Now some people do. If you're going for 4K, you don't want a Series S, it doesn't do it. So that's one case, but that might be a very small group, okay? However, I believe the big factor here, okay, and this is my take.
I hate the 420.
Smoking the herb, don't you know? It's funny because Phil is not a Rastafarian, and he has a little animation about him being a Rastafarian.
Was that story about him smoking weed even true?
I believe it.
Aspects
30%. It was clearly exaggerated.
Mm-hmm. As Phil is wont to do.
Yes. But I believe it 30%. I believe that there was a party. I believe that he smoked weed. I believe that's when the true ends and the falsities began.
I could see an alarm going off or something for the smoke. No, it's a college. They're not gonna... Yeah, you're probably right. Party and I smoked weed. Something about hot chicks being there too or something. I was just like...
I think that was also the story where he was just like, oh, it was this girl who was cheating on her man with me. Big slangling and dangling Phil.
Bruh, just getting all the engaged women.
He was fat as a kid. No, actually, he was really a skinny beanpole. Actually, he was quite buff.
Yeah, I used to bodybuild. When? What picture? Dude, he was skinny.
He was mad skinny. Yeah, I could still do 20 push-ups. Let me just stand off screen and count to 20.
What?
Give me my money.
No, you didn't say you needed to see it, just like I thought.
This dude, that pissed me off so much. That he got so indignant at that person.
Dude, can he do 20 push-ups?
I don't believe it.
There's no way his muscles haven't atrophied
Yeah,
at this point.
because what does he do? What legitimately does he do to foster his muscles?
The only thing I could think of is lifting groceries.
And that's, what, 3 times a week? All the food he's buying.
And probably he brings in like 4 pounds at a time max.
He can't do it. There's no way. He's not an overweight guy, but he's not.
No, he is overweight.
Yeah, he's overnight.
He's
He's
not-
not morbidly obese.
He's not obese.
Yes. There's nothing telling me that he could do it. 0.
Yeah.
What in his life tells me that Phil is actively working out?
He would probably be like Sam and just like hit about 6 or 7 and it'd be like,
And
I'll
then
take
just
it.
max out. Maybe he even got down and started doing them, and then he got up to
Where?
like 8.
What point did he sound winded?
And that's another thing. 0 winded. Yeah, that was really bad.
The big factor here is the storage space of the console. Okay? The Xbox Series S is digital only, meaning it does not have a disk drive. And it only has around 512 gigabytes of space. And after the OS and everything, it's only about like 350 gigs of storage space. Now, for those who don't know, some of the games that I've played on this thing have been 100. The Halo Master Chief Collection was over 100 gigabytes. Okay? A lot of games, modern games, are coming out to be over 100 gigabytes in size.
Not a lot. You're looking at your Assassin's Creeds. You're looking at your Call of Duty Warzones, things like that. The games that are over 100 gigs right now, probably a dozen and a half or so. I think Mortal Kombat 11 with all the possible DLC is like 80 gigs.
This is a major concern. Are you only going to play 2 games at a time on your console?
Buy the expansion hard drive.
It's very simple.
And I think you can also hook up a external hard drive. I know you can for the PS5. I don't know about the Xbox. I don't own one. Though I do want one for emulation. Because I'm tired of playing Dragoon on my PC. Even though there's no real difference.
It's not like it was back in the day where you can actually own the game disc, and if you put the
And Cat agrees with me. Just started pointing to the door. By the way, Cat agrees with me.
your console, it's not like it was back in the day where you can actually own the game disc, and if you put the game disc and you run the game off the disc, no games do that anymore. Every game has a giant required install to play. So if you have a
Not giant. I think Kingdom Hearts, when I got it, was like maybe 9 gigs.
Do you know why that is, Phil? Because the games, the read speed is just not as fast as a hard drive speed. So you would get a lot of pop-ins, a lot of loading times. So it's needed. So it's a positive thing.
Yeah.
Like he's framing it like a negative, like it's the space.
No, it's just another thing that's eating up space. That's what it is.
But again, you could just get more space. Like, where's my phone? Because I have seen external hard drives for Series S and X and stuff. I'm just going to go to Slick Deals. And I'm going to put in external hard drive. I'll even put in portable. External hard drive. We have a 1 terabyte for $55.
That's a lot of space for $55. And you can't even be like, oh man, you just spent $300 on the console. $299, sorry. $299 on the console.
We have a 5 terabyte for $100.
That's all you ever need.
We have a 4 terabyte for $82.
I mean, just if you're willing to buy the console for that much, it's $55 more, and you don't have to worry about it. And you said it was relatively cheap at $300. He didn't say cheap. He said it was a good price.
Doesn't break the bank.
Yeah, and that $55 also isn't going to break the bank. So you're still under $400, and you'll never have to worry about space again. It's not an issue, Phil.
tiny hard drive in there.
I guess it is
How
an
many
issue.
games can you realistically store on there, right?
Depends on the games. My PS5 is 1 terabyte. I think I have 13 games installed, and I think I still have 300 gigs of space.
Now, you could argue, oh, well, you could always just expand the hard drive space.
Yes.
True, but here we are a year into the life cycle of these consoles. It's not cheap. You can buy the expansion card.
He showed you. He showed your evidence with zero evidence and simply saying that it's not cheap. Dang, how does it feel to be blown up by Phil a couple of hours ago?
He blew me the up.
Blown up. It ain't cheap. You thought.
And the cheapest one I've seen is $100-something, like $120 to double your capacity space. So
No, that's for the SSD drive. If you're just doing storage and reading off of it, you're not going to get the load time. But you don't really need that for your like 360 games, your Xbox One era game, unless you want those enhancements. So you could actually run quite a bit off of an external hard drive, because that's what I did with my PS5. I run all my PS4 games off of that, unless it's something I'm playing right now, like 13 Sentinels. I'm playing that right now, so it's on my PS5 hard drive. The rest just goes over there, and I transfer if I feel like I'm going to be playing it a lot.
spent $400 or $500 on the console, which is the price of the Series X, which also does 4K. Do you see my point? So
No, you spent $400, not $500, and you got more hard drive space as opposed to the less of the X.
this is actually a big problem, I feel.
If a person doesn't know what 4K is, are they going to be playing enough games to fill up even 300 gigs of space?
Yeah. That's a good question.
They're probably going to play a Halo. They're probably going to play a Call of Duty. That's two. And then they might play something else if they're filling it, like a sports game. And those are probably the 3 games that are going to be on your hard drive. Like Peanut, he buys Madden and 2K every year, and I think he buys maybe 4 other games throughout the year. Meanwhile, I bought like 7-8 months ago. Was I think the spring sale of Steam. I think I bought 18 games.
Is that they didn't really think about storage space when they made the Series S. They kind of fucking flubbed it to try.
No, they didn't. They did think about it. They realized that a lesser hard drive would mean less money. They could lower the price tag. They did think about it. They did research and everything.
And so not everybody needs 5 terabytes of space. So, hey, if you want more space, go over there and buy it. But for the average user, they're going to delete. They're going to cycle through games. They're not going to have that many games.
Oh, the new Battlefield is out? Well, I guess I'll delete the game before.
And keep the price down. Oh, well, everyone will just be able to buy an expansion. Well, we're not a year in, and you really can't. You can't get a reasonably priced expansion yet. They're too expensive.
Impossible. Too
so
expensive.
we're in
Blown
a
up.
unique situation for sure. I would think if you're between a rock and a hard place, you want to play these next gen games coming out at the best quality, right? For example, Elden Ring is coming out next year. If you can, you want to play Elden Ring on a next-gen console, right? You want to play it on the Series S or X or on a PlayStation 5. You don't want to be dicking around with last-gen where you might have frame rate drops and issues, right? So what's your options? Drop your whole fucking life to be ready for one of these consoles comes out on a website for fucking Walmart or Target or whatever, and then sit there like an asshole. Refresh, click. Oh, maybe I'll be one of the lucky 10 people who gets a console today, brother. Oh, yeah, here we go. Or do you want to just look for someone who actually has a series?
Okay, why does he act like every bit of your day is going to be consumed trying to get a PS5? You're probably going to waste an hour trying to get it every now and then.
Refreshing. Hey, it's there. All right, whatever.
Walmart says they'll have PS5s at 5 p.m. All right, 5 p.m. refresh. They're all sold out at like 5:12, and I didn't get one. And then that's the end of my day.
No, refresh.
S in stock because a lot of places actually do. And by the way, maybe not in the United States, but I've actually seen people take pictures around the world. They're like, yeah, I just walk into my local store. Here they are. There's like 40 of them on the shelf. No one's buying it. Just sitting there. You get the Series S, you know? So maybe that's what we got to do. I don't know. But for me, we're a year into this thing, and I'm pissed. Why? I'm lucky. I'm a content creator. People support me and allow me to do things that a common person usually doesn't necessarily have access to. I would not have my PlayStation 5 right now if during a stream
I thought he was gonna
last
show
year
the controller.
someone didn't come into the stream and say, hey, everyone, the console's just dropped on Amazon. Here's the code to buy it, and everyone bought it. I think there was like 20 of us who all got a PS5 that way, okay? I wouldn't have a Series X if a fan of mine during this year said, man, you'd really benefit from having a Series X during the summer. I have one sitting around. Here you go. You know what I'm saying?
I got a PS5 a week after it dropped. And I believe that if I really tried, I could get an X. I did not...
Given to you by a fan, right?
Here
you go. I just got it sitting around here. Here you go. Free of charge. I'm sure Phil was just like, thank you so much. Can you pay for shipping as well?
Is that expedited shipping or... What
Can you pay for the fastest shipping, please?
And, overnight, please, and the insurance on it.
I got 5 on it.
You know, tips have been kind of low recently. Dude, Phil has a hat on his head and a hat in his hand at all
times.
Because sometimes there's some emergency, so he got a double hat.
It's crazy. He's just a fly ass hat on his head, and in his head is just the most rinky dink, just patches and holes. Please, like look at the hat on your head. What about that one?
It like $700. It was gifted to me
anonymously.
Dude,
you can't.
There is no way.
Yeah, there is absolutely a way. Whatever you're about to say, there is absolutely a way.
You know what the saddest thing is? 5149. There's absolutely a way a fan was just sitting around with his ex collecting dust. They're like, I like Phil and he needs one, so... It is absolutely possible if people are breaking the bank to get him a TV.
But it's so unlikely.
They bought a PS4
so
Pro for him.
Unlikely though.
No,
just
after
have it just
1,000,000,000%.
Because Peter called me like, "What do you want for your birthday?" I get you a new coat. I was like, "I got a coat. You gave me a coat like 2 years ago." He's like, "You still wearing that coat? Get that coat away." I was like, "Why? It's a good coat. I'm still wearing it."
Yeah, the coat thing is where I'm with you.
So he's just like, he's already just like, give the coat away. It's a used coat that I'm still wearing. And I'm like, no. It's hard to believe that somebody is just sitting there just like, hey, here's an Xbox. I'm not going to hook it up. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to give it to any of my friends. I'll just give it to Phil.
For like 8 months.
I'm not going to eBay it, Amazon, sell it to GameStop, nothing. Maybe he got deep pockets and just like, hey, I paid $300, $299. I paid $299 for it and it doesn't really affect me or anything.
$4.99.
But you could at least still, if it's sitting there collecting dust, give it to a friend or something. Give it to a girl that you're courting or something.
A girl you're courting.
Yeah. We're in the 40s, right? That's how the kids talk today.
Bro, I wish some simping mother would just rock up with an X on some girl.
You think they don't?
1,000,000,000%.
All right, then.
1,000,000,000%.
Yep. There you go.
And that's not... I'm lucky as shit, and I'm so grateful to you guys because you get free content out of me. You support my efforts to keep doing this through these ways, okay? But the common person doesn't get that, and that's not fucking fair. And I'm pissed because I feel like I'm just like you guys.
Okay. Give your X to a fan.
Yep.
Give your X to somebody else.
Stop accepting fan donations of games and stuff. Because you'd like...
And give it to the other fans.
You guys don't get whole systems like this from other people. So I want to be just like you guys, and I'm not going to accept that. Stop asking for Amazon credits and PS4 PlayStation Network credits. Stop asking for that. If you want to be like just like everybody.
How can you be? It's hard to be mad from a place of privilege. Like, you have both consoles, and you're like, I'm mad you guys can't get these consoles. Like, that's the dumbest.
Like rich people being like, all these. I'm so mad that these people have to live in these urban projects and stuff. Are you really?
Do you really care?
Do you care? I don't think you care. I think you want to say that you care so you get some points, Phil.
Do you care that Timmy in Arkansas cannot get a PS5 right now?
Derek.
Do you care that Derek cannot get an Xbox right now?
What is it? How does it affect you? Because you already said you don't want the click like an a-hole. So you calling Derek an a-hole, and all the people in your
that have tried so hard
that try, and you're mocking them because they're refresh. You're mocking them, Phil.
But you would have been crying if you couldn't have a
Tears
PS.
streaming.
I could be playing all these great. I could be playing Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, and I'm missing out. What a.
I don't feel like I'm any better than you. I don't.
You are lying.
Yes, he is absolutely lying. He factually thinks that he's better than at least the trolls.
At least.
Deserve special treatment. Everyone should have access to these fucking consoles, and I'm fucking pissed that we're a year into the launch of these and you can't get one.
Everybody does have access to the consoles. They just can't get them. There's a difference. It's just like when people misconstrue like Facebook or Twitter, like banning them for saying things just like free speech. No, you still have the ability to say the speech. But as a private company, they can disallow you from saying it on their platform.
Yeah.
You still have the ability to get a PS5 when it's available, but you just got to get lucky or be quick enough. It's not like you are prohibited from getting a PS5 or an Xbox. You just do not have the supply to get it right now. Again, demand is outweighing supply. It's just that simple. And they can't supply it fast enough because there's a chip shortage.
And even if there was a complete and total surplus of stuff, he'd be mocking them because it's like, oh, it's not selling. Like the Wii U. He walked up to GameStop and like, oh, there's so many Wii U. It's not selling. They're failures. And he just mocked Nintendo for it. So it's no winning.
I've been trying for the last year. I'm angry for you. This is bullshit.
Pause. I don't want people to be angry for me.
Never.
That means nothing. Because as you're going to be turning on your PS5 and playing and your Xbox and playing.
I'm so mad for y'all. Beep.
I'm so mad for y'all. A shout out for King Gokin for the tip. Like, that's not extending anywhere. You're going to go down, you're going to eat your food and your dinner. You're not going to be mad then. But I'm still going to be mad because I ain't got it.
It's just
Don't
like,
be mad for me.
It's just like people when some white person says the N-word. It's just like, I'm so outraged for the black community. I'm like, you don't speak for me?
I'm not even outraged for the
At
black
all.
community.
I don't care.
Let the people that care, but let the black people that care.
And let the, you know what? As a different race, you can care, but don't tell me what I should care. Like, that's ridiculous.
This should be fucking available right now for everyone to buy. No more excuse.
Oh, no more excuses. There is a legitimate.
There's no excuses for this. Everybody should be able to buy it. No excuse.
There is a 100% chip shortage. They cannot produce chips any faster than they are, or they would.
Yes, they can. They need to.
They just need to. That's what we're talking about.
Stop. There's no excuse. Give Phil.
Give fans.
To buy. No more excuses is bullshit. Fucking COVID. We're a year in, motherfucker.
And COVID's still going on.
We're no better than we were a year ago outside of the vaccine, but there's still versions of it that's eating through the vaccine.
On top of that, in some aspects, we're even worse off than when we locked down.
Don't just be like, COVID. That's not a thing that you should be saying, Phil.
Florida hit a all-time death in a day rate. All time. broke their previous record.
COVID.
That's outside.
Figure it out. The supply chain's fucked up. What the fuck took you so long? You're supposed to be the people who run the world.
Figure it out.
We cannot manufacture chips faster.
No, just figure it out. That's his plan. He just going, hey, there's not enough. Figure it out. It's been a year. Whatever. He has no plans. He has no idea about how this works. He's just like, well, just do it.
Just do it.
It's like in CEO, like when I was at my call center job, CEOs, not even CEOs, just normal people would call and be like, hey, can you fix this? I'm like, no, I can't physically do that over the phone. Well, why not? Aren't you the IT? Like, I can't just fix stuff. It's not just
grab
just
a hammer
do it.
and just hit it until it works.
It's not a just do it. Must be calling outside of the company, outside of the VPN, password done expired, and you need to be either on the company internet or the VPN is like, hey, I need to change my password. Where are you? I'm in the middle of the ocean.
What do you want me to do?
Okay, I can't do that. There's no
Right,
way for
access the VPN and
There's no way for you to connect to the servers and the company internet because yours is expired. You can't get on the VPN because it's expired. Well, can I just do it?
Can I just do it?
And this is Phil just going, just figure it out. Just do it. No plans, no idea about how anything works, but just do it. As people are actively dying.
Actively
Feeling unsafe in their workplace.
Actively catching COVID.
Just do it.
Ralph just told a story of 2 people at his job catching COVID. Mob during Black Friday.
But it's been a year. COVID. Whatever. Just do it.
COVID's not over. The pandemic is not over. We are still in the middle of it.
We're probably not even in the middle of it. We haven't even gotten to the middle of it.
This is
Because
probably-
the middle indicates that we're halfway through this.
This is more like the eye of the storm,
Yeah.
where it feels calm, but it's actually the worst it's ever gonna be.
You're in a place that you don't want to be.
And you can't figure out how to make a fucking microprocessor yet a year later?
They know how to make it. They can't make it any faster. It's not that they lost the knowledge because of COVID.
It's gone.
It's
The
that-
Brian Regan bit. Is there any way I can get some water? Oh, sorry. There is no way. Legend has it that there was a guy that worked here that used to know the secrets of the water, but he's gone. And with him, the water. But see, that's Phil's mindset. I don't
Absolutely.
understand this almost 40-year-old man just going, just do it.
You can't figure out how to make a microprocessor yet. Did COVID really mess up your brain? There's more restrictions in place for a lot of these places, which means less workers or less
people being together in a certain place.
Yeah.
Means, a smaller amount of time in the workplace, smaller amounts of chips being produced per day.
And he's just not understanding that.
Because his mindset is just do it, though. Just stop not doing it and commence to doing it.
Keep doing it.
Fuck were you doing? But you know what it is? This is what always happens, okay? When things are good in the world, everyone just fucking says things will be good forever. And no one...
No, that's not it. You can't make chips and just have them sitting there for 5 years until they're needed.
Because they go out of date very fast. Things get smaller and faster and better.
They could be exposed to elements that corrupt them. Anything. You can't do that. It's not like a can of beans where you could just have it sitting down in a bunker for 20 years. It's not the same thing,
Or
Phil.
a couch.
It's not a couch.
just have it right there.
It's not like you can turn in a microprocessor when you're done with it so they can and spray some on it, vacuum it, and put it back out in the workplace. How do you not understand this?
Because he's an outraged Karen.
People don't know what 4K is. Why can't you make more microprocessors? Just do more.
Why can't you just do more?
Plans for calamity. I remember.
Phil, you didn't know what a rainy day fund was! Phil, you have zero savings!
You have nothing in you went all the way across the country and you cashed out your wallet just going, hey, whatever. You weren't planning for calamity because you emptied your bank account moving across country. Where was your plan?
Phil, you've said that if something emergency happened, you don't know what you're gonna do.
No clue.
You have no plans for calamity.
Nothing. You have no plans, Phil. What about he doesn't see how bad that looks for him. He's just going, these big old companies and corporations didn't plan for a worldwide pandemic.
And keep a surplus of stock of microprocessors for a decade.
But you can't keep $300 in your bank account for more than a week.
How do you not have
your future
tens of thousands of dollars in savings?
Based upon all this that you've done for all this time.
There is no reason Phil should not have at least $50K in savings. Not in his checking account, savings account.
Because if he's making $100,000 per year, and he
closer
goes,
to 120,
and he goes, and in those 2 or 3 years, he was making ridiculous, dirty money.
So let's even go 300K around there.
Where did it go?
How in the 10 years that you've been content creating, it's closer to like 13, 14 years? I think he started in 2006, so it would be closer to 15. Or did he start in 2008?
2007, 2008.
Okay. So in the 13 years, he's probably made about $2 million. How do you not have $50K in your savings account? When you bought your mortgage house at the lowest down payment you could, because it needed the payment insurance attached to it, so the lowest down payment possible. And it's a house that went from $260 something to like $580 after you bought it. How do you not have $50,000 in your account savings?
It's crazy when you think about it like that. And he's just flipping it all over to the U.S. and the world government. Any government in the world just going, why didn't y'all plan? And he's actively not planning for anything. He doesn't know what the future holds for him.
None. Remember his 5-year plan that he laid out 2 years ago? Where is it? What's he doing to do anything with it? More gotcha pulls. More JPEGs.
Before 9/11, the airline industry was booming. Okay, they were making money, ridiculous amounts of money.
Can we get all that clean? Can we just go back and get all that clean? Can we just go back and get all that? I understand that you're cupping your hands over your mouth. That's fine. You're shocked. You're outraged. But can we get all that clean just so we can figure out exactly where his train of thought is leading us in this particular point in time, please? Thank you.
Before 9, this happens, okay? When things are good in the world, everyone just fucking says things will be good forever, and no one plans for calamity. I remember before 9/11, the airline industry was booming. Okay? They were making money, ridiculous amounts of money, rivers of money. World travel was at its peak. When you would go on a plane, they give you a gourmet fucking meal on a plane. Half the time when you went on a plane, the plane was half empty because they didn't have to cram the planes together, nothing like that. All right? Then 9/11 happens. Oh, well, we never foresaw that anything would go wrong with the airline industry. So,
not anything would go wrong, but something was so catastrophically wrong that it changes everything now.
They had to hire more personnel, more machines, and because of that, they have to make more money to compensate for that.
For the price of safety.
Like,
Phil, this is not...
It's not like some worker fell asleep in maintenance for a plane and then the plane fell out the air.
No, they have to sit there and just go, how did we let these 5-6 dudes with metal weapons and bombs and all this stuff get on the airline? So now it's harder checks. It's not just like, everything's going to be good forever. It's fine. No, it's working. There's no reason to change anything if it is working. So, and now it's not working anymore. Why is it not working? This is the reason why. Okay, now we fix this. Within the means that we can. Because you can't just make more chips.
Foresaw that anything would go wrong with the airline industry. So, calamity. Oh my God, everyone's going out of business. Now the quality of...
Airlines were going out of business beforehand. And it wasn't that after 9/11, the quality dropped. It was after the second depression that it dropped. The collapse of 2006, I want to say. But I don't keep saying 2006.
I think it was around 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Again, I say.
Yeah, the collapse of that. Like, it vastly affected all businesses.
Price dramatically dips, and since then it's never even been the same. Air travel sucks shit for 20 fucking years.
Where have you flown, Phil?
He flew back to Seattle. He flew Cat. That's where it
She
was.
flew.
Cat was complaining. And he's like, oh. Because I remember he had to call the airlines for Cat for some reason and get her plane fixed up. Her plane tickets or something fixed up. And, yeah, he was big mad about that. Phil is a monster.
I don't understand his thought process.
Yeah. I don't
9/11 happened and now plane travel sucks. I don't understand the correlation between the two.
No, everything was all cool, and then something big happened, and they had no plan for it. Just like with the chips.
And isn't it possible that more people need to fly as we get more acclimated with needing to travel to places and the ability to travel to places? Whereas in the early 2000s, you might not have needed. You might be able to catch a Thursday flight and have 12 people with you. But now business people are constantly traveling and all this stuff, so the planes are constantly filled up. Isn't that very possible, Phil? As opposed to 9/11?
Because the industry was a bunch of dunces who never thought something could possibly go wrong in their industry and never played.
So you think that back in the 1890s, big airline was kicking up their boots like it's going to be good forever. And we'll never need to worry about anything. And then over a century later, 2 planes crashed into 2 buildings and they went, well, I guess we just suck now.
They've always had metal detectors and things like that in airlines.
It's more stringent now. Dude, when last time I flew, I had to take off my belt, all types of shit. But I got on a plane without an ID, so who am I to say?
Horrific.
Dude, I don't know what that year was for me, but I was getting through everything with no ID.
But Phil, this 9/11 thing is.
Yeah, I don't get where he's going.
And for it at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't plan for a terror attack on 2 planes.
Yeah, sorry. It's the unexpected. How do you plan for the entirely unexpected?
How do you plan for 40 flights a day to look out for terrorists on each flight? Like, why and how do you plan for that?
Did inmate Elvis, did you just compare this to 9/11?
Oh, he's gone.
We just assume that everything's gonna
Where's Phil going with this?
be the land of milk and honey forever, and we'll be rolling in money and dough and rainbows and unicorns forever, right? Like, you have to be a moron on this planet Earth to think that things will just go good forever and not plan for bad things to happen.
Airlines are still making ridiculous money.
Yes. They're overbooked.
They're overbooked. People were mad they couldn't get flights during the pandemic because they wanted it.
Okay? But this is how fucking adults operate who are in charge of the planet. So,
Phil, you're in charge of yourself and you can't get it right.
Even do it. Something happens to your cat, you gotta go to your parents for money.
Oh, they said they'll pay for whatever happens to Jasper. What happens if you break your arm, Phil? What happens if you break your hand? You can't play games, so what are you gonna do?
Dang. If he gets like carpal tunnel,
What's his plan?
there is no plan.
There is no plan.
It's the land of milk and honey. Waves hands.
Wait.
oh my God, there's a worldwide pandemic. We never would have thought that would have happened despite...
I'm sorry that when we started making microprocessing chips that we didn't think there could be a pandemic and we stocked up on a surplus of microchips which are upgraded at an unbelievable rate.
Phil, this is unprecedented. I'll be walking around just going, this feels like a book or a movie. This doesn't feel real. A year plus later, there's no way that anybody could have known that it's just like shut down the world.
I remember once there was a blizzard here. This was like 3-4 years ago maybe. And I was walking outside and there was not a single other person and there was not a single other car. And it feels more dream-like these days at times. Mm-hmm. When I'll go to CVS and it's just like stand here, and I'm like, and then I see people not doing that, and I'm like, the are they doing?
Years and years of your life, just like, hey, walk into any place, do whatever. Now
Dap up whoever.
Now I'm just like, always as I'm walking out the house, mask got it, hand sanitizer got it. And it's gonna be that mindset for a very long time. Because I'll watch old wrestling events and I'll be like, look at all these people without masks.
Jammed up together.
Wow. It really used to be like that. It is literally the before times. There's no way that anybody could have foreseen this, Phil. Anybody. You see, oh, it's a little bit of a cough. Oh, it's over there, it's over there, it's over there. It's taking people out left and right. It's spreading so very, very fast.
This is what people were afraid stuff like swine flu would be.
The Ebola.
That type of stuff where it's just like, it took out pockets of people got sick, but then, it was largely eradicated or we moved on from it. It was mostly fine. This is something unbelievable.
How widespread it is, how fast it spreads, how deadly it is. All this stuff, Phil. And you just wanted the entire world to just have a plan. To just have a switch. It's like, hey, bam. Unknown disease killing people. Well, we already got a vaccine for that.
We pushed through that vaccine so quick. And half of us still ain't taking it. But you want them to work faster, harder, and with less regulation so people could walk into a store and buy an Xbox Series S.
that's been a part of our pop culture for a million years. We've been talking about worldwide viruses. Fucking, I've read books about it. I've seen movies about it. I mean, we joke about the zombie apocalypse. No, COVID is not the zombie apocalypse, but wouldn't that have given you a hint that maybe a virus could fuck up the world?
A zombie apocalypse would be so radically different from what COVID is. We can still go about our days, but we have to be safe about it. We can still work, but we have to be safe about it. You cannot work in a zombie apocalypse.
The zombie apocalypse usually comes with, all right, electricity all gone, communication all gone, all. That's usually what the 5 months in, a month, 2, 3 months in, all communications, electricity down. We're still walking around cool, safe, and everything, but we still got a lot of stuff to do in terms of trying to keep ourselves safe and masked up and everything. It's not a one-to-one, hey, look at how this book handles zombie stuff. Maybe this could happen to us.
Hey,
pay attention, Vladimir Putin.
Look, here's how this movie handled a worldwide virus. Why weren't we doing that? We did, and we still are.
Look,
but people aren't taking to it.
This movie is telling us that a worldwide virus could happen, so maybe we should have some kind of plan for it.
What would
That's
be
what
the
film
plan?
is talking about.
What type of plan would there be for a microchip? Because it's not a needed thing. We still have a surplus of necessities. We're not running out of food. We're not running out of water. Clean drinking water.
This is the stuff we need.
We need these things. We don't need a Series X. So why would Microsoft plan for a potential... Why would China plan for a potential worldwide pandemic that's microchips when I don't need a new iPad? You're not thinking, Phil. You're just so, why can't you buy a PlayStation 5?
Why can't the leaders have a plan?
Why can't the Illuminati leaders of the world
just have a full plan for any sort of virus or infection or anything?
So we can all just walk into a store and get the Xbox we want. Because it's not a priority. We have the things that are prioritized. You dumb piece of crap.
Phil is amazing.
He is so dumb.
He's amazing. This stuff is coming out of his mouth just straight up.
And it sounds...
No problem.
It sounds like a parody.
Absolutely. This sounds like one of those...
I can't buy an Xbox. Hey, remember 9/11 is just like that. What?
They didn't plan.
Have y'all not seen zombie movies? Now, I know it's not a zombie movie, but, we've seen things like zombie movies that could mess up the world. And you have no plan for a mess up of the world virus so I can buy my shiny toy plastic?
Amazing.
And is he... This is why I would want a Panda book. Is he this stupid for real?
Is he? Is he? Or is he just not thinking about what his words really mean? Because his mindset is just do it. So he's just going, I can just say this, and it's my opinion. I'm just putting out, hey, why don't you just do this?
Because of these reasons, Phil.
I think he's just
dumb.
Not really cognizant of what he's saying. So he'll just say stuff like, this is a good point. This is a darn good point.
Hey, zombie
look at these
movies.
2 examples of people not being prepared for a worldwide issue and it affecting
like the
things
terror
later.
attack of 9/11.
Once killed some 3,000 people.
Once the terror attack of 9/11 happened, we should have been ready for a worldwide virus.
So he went chip in the Xbox, 9/11, COVID.
Zombie COVID.
Zombie COVID. Sorry.
That maybe a virus could fuck up the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are so dumb. We had data on this for the longest time.
We had data.
I am citing zombie movie
books
and virus books. And we had data on this stuff.
We had data. We have data on it. These fictional books. We have data.
Fictional books are data. This is the type of person that goes do your research. Because he's looking at zombie books and going, why couldn't we respond like that with COVID? Oh, isn't like 80% of humanity wiped out in those books?
Things ain't going well.
They're not doing good.
The only thing that I can really think of that shows like bits and pieces of the outbreak and how it goes is World War Z, where they go a day, 10 days, instead of something like Walking Dead where they get knocked out and then wake up and it's already ongoing.
There was also a Matt Damon, Tom Cruise, somewhere in that area. I think it might have even been called like Pandemic, film that talked a lot about where it started. And funny enough, it started with a bat.
Yikes.
That talked about a lot of that. And it just went through how people reacted and stuff. And that type of stuff. But it had nothing to do with like Xboxes not being able to be produced anymore.
No, we got the data, so it's fine.
It was more like, where's my loved one? Are they okay?
We got the data. We should have.
We got the data.
We should have been prepared.
Years, decades of data.
Freaking, as they're talking about the coronavirus and as it's beginning, somebody walks in with in book just like, The Walking Dead. Look at this, Mr. President. We got it all figured out.
Just flipping through the pages.
The apocalypse, but wouldn't that have given you a hint that maybe a virus could fuck up?
They would have gotten, the world leaders were supposed to get a hint that a virus could f up the world out of a zombie book.
So let's look at it how Phil's looking at it. Zombie book.
I can't understand how Phil is a one of a kind man.
Absolutely. But he's going, zombie books say, hey, stuff happens in the world, so we have to. What zombie book incorporates the government? It's just, hey, the world is in tatters. World War Z is a little bit, but
it was more like the government's response to it.
What framework do we have other than, hey, the world's gonna be messed up if something affects the world? So let's have a plan for everything
that we're always implementing. Like we're always
a step away from implementing. All nations around the world are a step away from implementing.
Like we already got everything we need to keep producing PlayStations.
What is the perfect world? If Phil was emperor of the world, what would he have done with COVID? What is his plan? What was his plan B?
He would have had everything being made for 5 or 10 years. And then when those 5 or 10 years pass, throw out the old ones. Because we no longer...
That's so cost ineffective, though.
Are you talking about profits? I'm talking about people being able to walk into a store and getting a PlayStation. We can't talk about profits here. Lives are at stake. Because Timmy can't get his Xbox.
Amazing.
How is this 2 hours already?
The world?
It's Phil.
We're back. We're back.
Back.
Dude, I'm telling you, we are back.
maybe a virus could fuck up the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are so dumb. We had data on this for the longest time. Let's ignore it. So what happens when COVID hits? The whole world's fucked. Supply chain's fucked. Can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. Enough of the fucking excuses. Time to fucking man up and admit you're a fucking bunch of pussy idiots who didn't...
They're pussies because they won't put lives at stake so Timmy can get an Xbox.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have any plans for COVID, which made so that I can't get my chips and such.
It
feels amazing.
It's the best and the worst I've ever seen.
Man, I just wish I don't want the ability to read everybody's mind, just his. I just want to not be Phil, but be in Phil's head. Yes.
As he just goes through like a month of his life.
This is absolutely fine to say. Just him thinking of just like, man, they weren't prepared. Just like they weren't prepared for 9/11. Just like they weren't prepared for COVID. And why weren't they prepared? They had an entire framework of data available.
From The Walking Dead. And it's time for them to man up and stop being pussies and push these chips out.
Man up.
Stop being pussies. Take off the masks.
Go out and die.
Go out and die for Timmy.
know what the fuck you were doing when you were in charge. No one did anything responsible, and now here we are in...
Anything responsible like what, Phil?
Like what?
What did you do responsible?
You were complaining. You, in the beginning, said, oh, COVID's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be just like the flu. A couple people are gonna die, and then we're gonna get
I remember saying that.
But Phil also said it to a bunch of people. In the beginning, you absolutely say that. But once you start seeing them numbers, you go, oh no. And
this is different.
And this month was saying this in April, May.
Oh no. It took me maybe 3 weeks before I went, oh no.
Oh no, this is something bad. But Phil was all up in there. Still talking about it. And I'm like, Phil.
2021, and everything's still irrevocably fucked because people didn't do their jobs who were in charge.
What job, Phil? What were big chip manufacturers supposed to do? Just go, oh, we might get locked down in like 3 weeks. So mandatory overtime for 4 hours for each day so we can have a surplus of chips so Microsoft and Sony can push out more consoles for Timmy. What is this?
Man up. They need to man up.
Stop being pussies.
That's the bottom line.
Cause Phil Burnell says so.
Did it.
I kind of want to make a Phil video that's just in the style of Stone Cold, just with the flame. Cause that's what he thinks he is. He thinks he's Stone Cold. He thinks he's CM Punk. You're not a rebel, Phil.
Man up. They need to man up.
That's the bottom line. If you can't get a game console, it's because some moron who's in charge everything will just be good forever, man.
No, that's not why you can't get one. They physically.
Why does he think that it's just one person dictating every single piece of business in the entire company? It don't work like that. Freaking CEO man doesn't take care of the janitors or when somebody calls off that day.
There's so many layers.
There's so many. It's just, there's one moron at the top going, you know you may not.
And you think there's just one chip manufacturer out there ever? Dude, this is unbelievable.
Dang, this zombie movie makes me think we should change the way we work in case that happens. LOL, what?
There's not much they could do to account for a pandemic.
Really? And these people who get paid millions upon millions of dollars a year to be in charge, and they don't do shit to think about anything like this. Yes.
Politics.
Phil, this sounds so bad.
This is dude.
This is a rant. This is a rant. Because
Perfect.
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 Always
Sip,
on
switch,
time.
Smack.
You can set your watch to that. It's coming.
it's so ridiculous that we have this weird semblance that the people in charge are so smart. That's why they get paid so much money, right? They get paid the big bucks because they keep us safe and they're in charge. They know what they're doing. They don't know shit. They're just like us. They're just fucking winging it, man. They're flubbing it. They have this. You want to know what it is? They've got charisma. They've got this air of authority. They make it sound like they know what the fuck they're doing, when in reality...
So let me just go become a CEO based off charisma.
It's a lot of nepotism. It's a lot of who do you know, networking, and that type of crap. It's not just charisma. And it's a bit of being a sociopath. It's just like, I have no empathy for you doing that. I need you to work harder.
And there's also charisma in there as well.
Oh, 1,000,000,000%. You're not gonna get in Phil as a CEO. You know what? Phil has some charisma. I mean,
it may not be the kind of charisma that draws us in, but it draws in them.
Who would be a person like? You're not gonna get like an Imran, where it's just it's so drony.
The numbers,
So we're looking at this data book,
but somebody like Mother's Basement,
I can see
Mark,
that. I can see that.
Those types, because you don't become popular off nothing. You got to have something, especially since when you're not on screen and stuff.
A ton of luck.
Oh, it absolutely is. But there's a fair amount of charisma in there as well, even if it's just like negative charisma, because that can equal infinity charisma.
Yeah. I think
Orange Cassidy is an example.
Oh, dude, I love Orange Cassidy so much. I think what would Nux be like? Hyper charisma?
Nux would be more of like the Ross Perot. He'd be like a third party candidate that just got such a big backing, but he's never gonna do it. But he's got such a big back end that he's in the conversation.
He's like a Kanye West.
Yeah.
Where you get enough to get on the ballot next year, but you're never going to get more than that, like 0.5% in that state.
Yes. He's a bit of, he's like a court leader.
Kanye West.
Nothing, just like us.
They don't know nothing.
We allow them to basically control us.
Oh yeah, I don't want anybody to control me.
I wish I could just walk up. You know what? Let me just walk up to my government building and go, stop controlling me.
You be shot dead.
Let me just walk up to the president and just go, yo, stop controlling me. I no longer allow this. Let me just email
Bill Gates, enough of this. You've gotten away with this for far too long.
Hey, Elon Musk, I shan't be shackled any longer. Your control is henceforth vanquished.
Dude!
What are you talking about?
And Jeff Bezos, that was 3-day shipping.
I'm on you.
We coming for you. You not controlling me anymore.
Delete Amazon account. I am out of the control.
Phil, what are you talking about? Sensei Prime, who's in control?
And tell us stuff that, oh, don't worry, we got everything under control. And they don't. You know? You're telling me I can't buy a car for less than an exorbitant price because the microprocessors can't be made? Well, why didn't you plan for the fact that a microprocessor might not be able to be made? Where's the surplus? Where's the backup plan? Oh, what's that? Never heard of that.
Phil!
The surplus of microchips that are needed to operate certain things.
Does he think that a car is expensive purely based off of the microprocessor?
And the inability to... How would he know? He's not car shopping. At least I hope not. Phil, you need a scooter. And you're good. Well, not for them groceries. My God. You better Instacart some...
And what killed me was him going in... Oh man, I had to drive Kat all the way to work because I didn't want her driving out there on Black Friday. She'd be murdered.
Like there was wall to wall traffic and people in the streets just banging on cars. Like, where's the Xbox?
And I'm like, why didn't you just call an Uber? That's an option.
Why didn't you walk? Why didn't you catch a bus?
Anything other than, I gotta protect my woman.
Because I swear it's like a 35-minute walk to her job.
If that.
Oh, okay. You're a fucking moron then. But you're in charge. You made the $1 million this year, right? Anyway. Anyway. That was my little rant for the day. But anyway, I'm upset for you. If you're someone who, like, I want to get a console, or I want to get, something that you just want, you can't get it. Because these fuckers didn't do their job, alright? It's very fucking disconcerting, isn't it? It pisses me off as much. So, what I would hope is that...
They couldn't do a surplus of tech that did exist, or that didn't exist. Like, what is he talking about?
Just make a surplus. Just do it.
Just do it.
Why isn't there always just a surplus?
Of chips at all times.
Okay, Phil.
A year later, excuse me. Here we are a year later. Hopefully, you could get a Series S. And I'm here to tell you, at least from the data I'm gathering, it's pretty good.
You mean the data that people are handing you?
It's not like, oh, I'm conceding to get the worst console. Especially if you're not a 4K gamer, you're probably not going to see much of a difference. It seems like the major difference is storage capacity. You may be limited to only playing 2 or 3 games at a time on the console and not being able to swap between because there's no storage on the goddamn thing.
Oh, that's just the thing he does. Yeah. Okay, we're done.
That's the thing about the microchip economy works. At the beginning of the year, companies put in a bid expecting how many they'll need, and they make it to order. No real surplus.
Mm-hmm. It's just like
ignored.
It's proprietary or what am I looking for? Custom made type of stuff. It's not like the Microsoft Xbox one is the same as the PlayStation one. So just swap them out and just make hey, they're both going to be making consoles soon, so let's just make 8 million of them right now.
Just make a bunch of chips. Phil's an idiot. He should not
be in the position he's in.
He should not be talking about these things every day.
He should not be talking about these things when he has such limited knowledge on these things.
And gets so little pushback. Because the pushback that he gets is just trolls. Delete it. And that's what it is. And he is...
We're back.
Phil, this is it's not how anything works, Phil.
Yeah, that's the problem. He doesn't know how things work. He just thinks it's big business not planning for a surplus of microchips for the Xbox that's coming out in 4 years.
He just got the image of a big guy and big fat bald guy, feet kicked up with a cigar, just going, "No, we shan't make any more.
We'll make it as we need it, and not a chip more." There's no such thing as a surplus of chips. Because it's not like a universal microchip that just throw in an iPhone and then throw in an Xbox. He does not get it.
And he talks with such authority, like he does get it. And that's one of the worst things.
This is a terrible image to stop on.
It's fine.
It looks like he's reading the chat. He hurt my... Oh, no, bet him. So, yeah, we're probably not doing that other video.
Yikes. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
No.
I expected an hour, maybe.
We would have got an hour and a half maybe out of that other video. But this is 2.5.
I'm not talking about this video.
Oh, no.
I was thinking like an hour.
Once I saw that we were a second in and we had like 13 minutes down, I went, oh, this is not going to be good. We were 46 seconds in and 28 minutes in. Like, oh, no.
Oh man, the people that don't really like or care about Phil, they're gonna have to wait for.
I mean, they'll probably have to wait for another 2 days or so. It's not a terrible look. And then we get a stream on Saturday. What are we streaming?
Who knows?
Who knows? Not Dritz. Not gonna be Dritz.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. We're coming back. We're trying to get our back, and we're not gonna be dragged down by that man.
Down back into the mud.
All right, we're out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Look forward to December at some point. This. Did you ever figure out what platform you're streaming on? A list exists or the 2200? Still no clue. Figured out all your games?
All but one.
All but one. There you go.
I'll probably ask the chat what they want.
Yeah,
Who knows?
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't care.
We should probably do it Saturday then.
It
Let's
don't
see.
matter. None of this matters.
Where's my beans? Where's the people laughing at me with the bags under my eyes?
Holy crap, that image. It's amazing.
How much was that?
30?
He is not pricing himself right.
No, he's not. At all.
Hey y'all, don't ever let us make real money, cause a lot of y'all getting paid. Don't ever let us, even just like $400 a month, don't let it happen.
Such a good image.
All right, we're legit.